Hey, what's happening? This is Len out in Illinois today, actually. A little side trip away from California for a few days. Take care of some other business. But today, the guys and I are talking about how to quit your 9 to 5. You know, we had a couple of questions yesterday in our private Facebook group. And actually, flying into Chicago yesterday sort of reminded me of the awesomeness of quitting my job, but there's some backstory to it, and it's kind of important to make sure that you make this decision intelligently, that you don't be irresponsible when it comes to quitting your job. So I guess I wanted to start out by basically talking about two ways you can stop hating every day. 2 ways you can stop hating your 9 to 5. First and foremost is to change the way you think about it, okay? When I was at my airline job and I knew that I wanted to quit, it was kind of making me miserable for a while. Like, I don't enjoy this job. I don't enjoy, or I shouldn't say the job, I don't enjoy the lifestyle. I enjoy being gone 4 days a week and eating shitty airport food all the time. And, I had to come to realization that I had to change the way I felt about the situation, meaning I could either stop being miserable and understand that the path I'm on is the path that's going to get me to my end goal, or option number 2 was to quit that job and find something else. So basically your 2 options are, number 1, change the way you think about the situation. Stop being miserable, find a way to accept it, find a way to be happy. Option number 2, change the situation, okay? You hate it so much, then leave. Quit that job, find a new job, whatever you have to do to get out of the situation that you hate. All right? There's no sense in waking up every day and absolutely loathing and hating everything that's going on in your life. So, either change the way you feel about it, number 1, or change the situation, number 2, okay? Now, it's important, however, to, like I said at the beginning, be responsible about your decision to quit your 9 to 5, all right? And what do I mean by being responsible, right? So if you have a family and you have a mortgage and you have a car payment, you have tuition payments, whatever those are, you have debts, okay? It would be irresponsible of you to just quit your job out of the blue without a secondary source of income to pay those debts. So one of the things that I did before quitting my job, in fact, this is why I spent so long in my job after I decided I wanted to quit. It was about 5 to 7 years. I think I made the decision about 7 years before I quit, and I spent for about the first 2 years, struggling with, am I going to be happy? Am I not going to be happy? And then I decided, that's it. I'm going to live this situation. It's gonna get me to my end goal. And then the next 5 years, I pursued becoming debt free, right? So I took all of that money that I was making at my job, and I spent every single cent on paying down my debts. Now, fortunately, I didn't have a car payment at the time. All I had was student loans. So it took me about 5 years to pay them off completely. So with no student loans, no car payment, and no mortgage, I just finally quit my job. I said, fuck it, I'm done. I'm out. I don't need this job anymore. I don't have any bills to pay. I don't owe anybody any debts, any loans, nothing. Screw it. I'm out, right? And I kind of feel like you should consider, it would be important for you to consider the same, all right? So if you have debts, if you have a mortgage, if you have a car payment, if you have student loans, here comes a train, it might get a little loud behind me. If you have any of those things, try to find a way to get a new job while you're working on your dropshipping store. Find a new way to make money and give you that, I hate to call it security because that's exactly what it is, but keep that security while you build your dropshipping business, because the first and foremost thing is nothing in life happens as quick as you plan it to. So even if you have this grand plan to work all your extra days, nights, hours on your dropshipping store, it could take a lot longer to become successful, depending on what niche you're in, what your abilities are, what happens when you call your suppliers, okay? There is no guarantee. So if you want to quit your 9 to 5, you have to think about these things, all right? How are you going to survive? How are you going to pay those bills? If you don't have an answer for that, then quitting the 9 to 5 is not the right decision right now, all right? For myself, it was. I didn't have any bills. For Clint, he hasn't had a job in years. He's always worked for himself. For Ben, he still has some debt that he's paying down. But he's just got this huge payday from his store, and he's almost ready to be completely jobless, okay? He's almost there, just like the rest of us, right? So we all had a plan on how to be successful and how to quit that job, and we're all achieving it. But it's not as simple as just saying, fuck it, I'm quitting, and I'm gonna spend the next 3 months in Chiang Mai working on my store, okay? That's probably not the best idea. Now, going back to the particular individual who made some comments on Facebook yesterday, which we certainly appreciate, asking the question, we're glad to help out. They were in a unique situation. They were kind of like me. They didn't have any debt. They didn't have any bills. They didn't have any loans. So for them to quit their job, move to Chiang Mai, and focus on their store, yeah, it's a hell of a lot more doable. The big thing is, how much money do you have in your savings account? Okay? Because that's what you're going to be living off of. Now, wealth is measured in the amount of money that you have in your bank account in correlation to your expenses, okay? If you have $10,000 in your bank account and your monthly expenses, food, housing, entertainment, all of your bills are $1,000, then you are 10 months rich. You can last for 10 months living off of savings. All right? Same thing if you have $20,000 in the bank and your living expenses are $1,000. You are 20 months rich. So one of the first things you need to do is determine how much money do you have in the bank, what are your monthly expenses, even without debts or with them, and see how much do you have to have saved away to just quit your job and go balls deep into drop shipping, all right? Of course, living in Chiang Mai, living in Thailand, living in a country that's cheap, stretches that dollar a hell of a lot more. That $10,000 could last you probably 20 months. If you live really frugally and you don't go to the bars and you don't go, just blowing your money on things that are not essential to your living and your survival. All right, so that's it. That's how it's going to work. That's how you're going to quit your 9 to 5, okay? 2 ways. You're going to either change the way you feel about the situation and build your drop shipping store to be successful, to then say, fuck you, boss, I'm out. I am not doing this job anymore. Or number 2, you're going to change the situation. You're going to find a new job. You're going to find a way to survive while you build that drop shipping store. And if you have no debt and you have a savings account, or you do have some debt and you have a huge savings account, then you can do it, okay? But don't be irresponsible. Don't be an idiot. Don't quit your job and go out and get into more debt to establish your drop shipping store, because this business is not guaranteed. Look in the forums. A lot of people succeed, a lot of people fail. A lot of people don't get it on the first try. Okay? You never know. So don't be a dumbass, all right? These are my considerations. This is what I suggest to you. Obviously, it's whatever you want to do, but those are some of the best ways that you can get around this situation, that you can still achieve the end goal, but you can do it in an intelligent way, a smart way, a safe way, a responsible way. You don't find yourself living on the streets. You don't find yourself living off of your credit card and just getting more and more and more in debt. All right? These are important things. You're an adult. Act like one. Make some informed decisions. All right? That's it. My rant is over for today. So if you want to quit your 9 to 5, those are the things you should consider. But don't just go into work on Monday and say, fuck you, I'm out, without a plan, okay? Make a plan. Check your finances, check your expenses, make a plan, and then execute, all right? Good luck. Seriously, good luck. I can't wait for the day that you send me an email or a message that says, Len, I finally quit my job, dude. My store's making X amount of money and I can leave this hellhole and I'm free. I'm finally free of the shackles and the shithole. Seriously, when that happens, send me a message, because we're going to have a beer, whether it's a virtual beer or a beer in person, wherever I am, if we're in the same place. Okay? So go out there, plan and execute and get it done. All right? Good luck. Hustle on. Enjoy your weekend. In fact, spend your weekend going through some of these options, and I want to hear from you on Monday. What's your plan? What's your plan to get out of your 9 to 5? Do it now. Yeah! Exciting. All right, now I'm just being stupid and crazy. But really, we'll talk to you another day. All right? See you now.